Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsa. Let's have a look at the headlines. Global South has to refine its purpose in the realm of geopolitics. President says 10 billion rupees allocated for elections next year. State Minister reveals. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said the upcoming meetings of the Non-Aligned and G77 in January provide a crucial platform for the Global South to redefine its purposes and collaborate for global peace. The President said this during his address at the graduation ceremony of the National Defence College held in Ratmalana on Tuesday.
The President mentioned that the recent changes in the US foreign policy under President Joe Biden add a new layer of complexity in the realm of geopolitics. President Wickremesinghe underscored the need for Sri Lanka to adeptly navigate this changing landscape of the global order. He also mentioned the importance of Sri Lanka facing the imperative of economic self-sufficiency and actively engaging in foreign policy beyond traditional arenas such as Geneva. President further stressed that collaboration with like-minded nations in the global south becomes crucial in this context. He also mentioned his recent participation in discussions on green hydrogen and the ambitious goal of attracting $10 billion in investments by 2030. He further stressed the need to address international issues such as climate change and the trade within the framework of G77. President also revealed plans to present the future foreign policy and defense review to Parliament, highlighting the need to address security, economy and the environment. The President went on to say that a holistic approach encompassing diverse factors is the key to ensuring a resilient and forward-looking national strategy.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the state of cricket in Sri Lanka has declined due to internal conflicts within the cricketing community. He emphasized the collective responsibility of the community in safeguarding cricket from political interference. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks during the parliamentary budget debate yesterday.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe expressed a reluctance to take sides on cricket-related matters and stressed the enactment of a new cricket law based on the recommendations of the Chitrasiri report. The President began his speech by thanking the 120 MPs who supported the successful passage of budget's second reading. President Wickremesinghe also pledged to conduct both presidential and parliamentary elections next year, followed by provincial councils and local government elections the following year. He further said that the cricket issue has been a long-standing challenge, with its decline attributed to a struggle between two groups. President Wickremesinghe advocated for the enactment of a law and the selection of the right team based on that law. He further admitted to warning the minister against handling a case in a way that could lead to consequences such as losing the ICC membership, forfeiting matches, and deterring tourists. The President also claimed that during their discussion, the ICC expressed concerns about political interference, emphasizing the need for a law rather than defending individuals.
State Minister for Plantations, Enterprise Reforms and Finance, Ranjith Siyambalapitiya, announced that a dedicated allocation of 10 billion rupees has been reserved for potential future elections. The State Minister said that the provision, while not explicitly outlined in the budget proposals, has been included in the estimates. State Minister Ranjith Siyambalapitiya made these remarks during his participation in a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre on Tuesday.
The State Minister conveyed the Executive Committee of the IMF is scheduled to release the second installment of the extended credit facility to Sri Lanka on the 6th of December. State Minister Siyambalapitiya underscored that in 2023, the government's revenue experienced a 16% decline from the target amount. He also said that after the implementation of the Central Bank Act, the government now has the authority to borrow only in response to sudden announcement by the central bank. The State Minister pointed out that the government has strategically reduced the indirect tax rate, bringing the direct tax rate closer to 30%. He also revealed that the public welfare expenditure, which stood at 65 billion, is projected to rise to 209 billion this year. The State Minister further said that there is a potential to elevate the state income ratio from its current 8.3% to 10.1% by the end of this year. State Minister went on to say that efforts are underway to enforce the Anti-Corruption Act, aligning with the IMF agreement.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri emphasized that the imperative for a comprehensive, long-term targeted program as the primary solution to address the economic crisis facing the country. Minister Ali Sabri underscored the complexity of the economic challenges and stressed that short-term fixes would not suffice. The minister made these remarks during a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Center yesterday.
The minister highlighted the necessity for strategic planning and sustained efforts to achieve economic stability. Minister Ali Sabri also highlighted the imperative of trapping tax evaded in the tax net to ensure the country's continued status as a welfare state. Minister Ali Sabri further noted the achievements of the government, including the reduction in inflation from 70% to 2.5% and the increase in the tourist arrivals. He further said that in order to propel the nation beyond its current challenges, it must attract new investment and foster job creation. Minister Sabri emphasized that 2024 budget is designed to set the country on a course toward a new economic paradigm. He also added that a substantial amount of funds has been allocated for digitization, the modernization of agriculture and education. Minister Ali Sabri further noted that 70% of this year's budget has been earmarked for loan installments and interest payments. He went on to draw attention to Sri Lanka's position as the 8th country with the lowest taxes globally, emphasizing the need to focus on bringing tax evaders into the system.
A special meeting between the United Arab Emirates Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Khaled Al-Ameri, and the Minister of Environment, Keheliya Rambukkala, was held at the Ministry of Environment on Tuesday.
The duo discussed about the International Conference on Climate Change, which is set to be held at Expo City in Dubai. The International Climate Conference will be held from the 30th of November to the 12th of December, and attention will be paid to climate change and related issues in the United Nations countries. This is being held as the International Framework Conference on Climate Change and named COP28 this year. The main attention is given for disaster situations caused by climate changes, which is a big threat globally. A large number of people, including the heads of states of the United Nations and the heads of state of many countries around the world, related ministers and officials are set to join this conference. Minister Keheliya Rambukkala said that the cooperation and the participation of Sri Lanka will be directed more effective for this purpose.
The Sri Lanka USA Business Council of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce elected Charithra Hettiarachchi as its president at the 7th Annual General Meeting held in Colombo recently. Ambassador of the United States to Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, attended the event as the chief guest.
Ambassador of the United States to Sri Lanka recognized the challenging journey that Sri Lanka has traversed since the previous Annual General Meeting in August of the previous year. Ambassador Julie Chung acknowledged the resilience of Sri Lankan people, the abatement of inflation and the gradual reduction of shortages. She stressed the importance of Sri Lanka's commitment to regulatory and economic reform, inclusive of equitable debt restructuring and fiscal transparency enhancement. She also emphasized the creation of an attractive regulatory environment and the fortification of democratic governance. President-elect Charithra Hettiarachchi expressed the Council's commitment to strengthening ties between Sri Lanka and the USA in the areas of trade, tourism and development. He also outlined the Council's goals, which include creating networking opportunities, advocating for member companies, and providing educational resources. Hettiarachchi further expressed gratitude to the government of the United States for the support extended during Sri Lanka's time of need, especially during the last 2 years.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today.
The all-share price index dropped 25 points 23 to close at 10,522.52 and the S&P SL20 dropped 2 points 52 to close at 2,979.02. The turnover was 0.8 billion rupees and over 25 million shares were traded.
Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.